rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Atik. It's indeed a pleasure to be here, but not much pleasure to be on the stage to talk. It's not a day for me to talk. It's a student's day. But as Mr. Atik had just mentioned that his association with me or my association with him has been a decade. And he sent me a message in the morning asking me to speak for 20 minutes. So I was wondering, what do I speak? Because today I don't have anything to talk to you, because we are very well aware of what's happening around us. We are very well aware of how the children learn, because you just saw an example of a skit before the lunch break. The chat GPT gives solutions to everything. So Mr. Umri doesn't have anything to tell you. But since I am asked to speak, I'll not take 20 minutes. Backstage, students are waiting and parents are waiting to see your children perform on the stage. So I was wondering what to speak. Then as I saw the skit, I was sitting in the first row. There's no pen and paper, but today we have, this is what has become a pen and paper. I wrote a few lines which is connected. Often we find disturbance between the parents and the children. The gap which we call as a generation gap. So just out of the thoughts when they were performing and when there was a break, I just typed out a few lines which I want to read it out. Parents should excuse me if my Urdu is going wrong somewhere in this. The lines are here. हम उस ज़माने के रह गए जहाँ बिजली की तार नहीं समझ पाते थे, एक अखबार के साये में अपनी दुनिया बसाते थे, स्याही की खुशबू से सुबह का आगाज़ होता था और शाम कहानियों के साये में ढल जाती थी। ना रफ्तार का जुनून, ना नुमाइश का शोर, बस इंसानियत का नूर और सादगी का ज़ोर। हम सातवीं दहाई के लोग, नस्ले साथ वक्त को महसूस करते थे। वो मुस्तकबिल में पैदा हो गए हैं. So this is a line which there was a line before that I added up. आज नस्ले Z यानी जेन Z जिन्हें हम कहते हैं और नस्ले अल्फा, the kids which are born recently are called as alpha kids. The Gen Z generation is past. आज नस्ले Z और नस्ले अल्फा के नाम से जाने वाले रोशनी से तेज़ लम्हों में सदियां जीने वाले वो मुस्तकबिल में पैदा हो गए, लेकिन हम तारीख से मुस्तकबिल का सफ़र तय किए हैं. वक्त बदला, लहज़े बदले, मगर तहज़ीब के दिए हमने अंधेरे में भी जलाए हैं. आज हमारे जवाब का सवाल ढूंढते हैं जेन ज़ी और जेन अल्फ़ा के किड्स. Why I had to write down this, it came out of the flow. I only have 2, 3 things to share and then I'll stop. It's so easy to stand here and talk at times. I've been an advisor for quite some time, advising schools and teachers to what to do. And I find this as the easiest job today for me, which doesn't have much efforts to put in. Speaking is much easier than implementing things. Speaking is much easier than collecting the entire bunch of students who don't have patience, who don't know what patience is, and bringing them onto the stage is quite a tough job. How much of preparation goes behind the presentations which you have been watching since morning, only the teachers can understand. So I appreciate the teachers, the entire team of Mount Crest, who have put up so much of efforts to make your kids smile and perform on the stage. As a parent, the only advice which I want to give, it's too difficult to bring up the kids of generations of late, the Gen Z and Alpha, because almost 16 hours a day, they're connected with wires. They're connected with the technology which has always glitches. But still we depend on the technology. The chat GPT gives an answer. But do we teach the kids of how to comprehend the chat GPT solution is something which I would ask the parents and the teachers to do. I will definitely not ask you to keep the students away from ChatGPT or Google, because that is the need of the hour. We need to acknowledge that these have become a part of our life. But if we could teach our children how to comprehend, I'll make it simple, how to make them understand what ChatGPT gives or what Gemini gives. If it is not comprehended, then again the direction which the children are heading towards is going to be dangerous. In the process, we need to know where we fill the gaps. There's a very famous story about a balloon vendor who was selling balloon, and a kid comes up to the balloon and talks about the different colors. It has a various versions. The one version which I thought about was, because in the world of ChatGPT and Google, Gemini, Perplexity and all, the balloons are different colors, and we all have the capacity to color it different according to our interest, the taste we have, and also the strengths we have. We color the balloon, which I would say the balloon is the child. to present it to the world. I want my son, I want my daughter to be the best, so that I could present my child to my entire family, to the society, that this is what my son is. I'm sorry, you may not like this. It's absolutely fine to color them. They need to shine. They need to reach the goals, and they need to be successful in getting a name for themselves, getting a name for the parents, and also earn money, which is very, very important. But my point is, what do you fill the balloon with? That's very, very important, and only a parent can do it. Ending it with all the education boards today, be it the state boards or the CBSE board or the ICSE board or the IGCSE board or the IB curriculum, they all talk about what kind of value system do we inculcate among the children. So what is the value which you are going to fill in the balloon which will actually matter? The values of being very punctual, the values of being honest. These are all very old traditional words which have been there since ages. And today these words have become the dictionary words, or when I say what kind of integrity, the child goes up to ChatGPT and asks what is integrity. Because at times we don't display it, and automatically the child doesn't learn. I'm not going to list out the values, because we all have the answers of what are the different values which we want to project, or we want our children to inculcate. Moving with technology is no harm. Getting into the depth of the technology is no harm. But where we head, or where our children reach out, is very, very important. So, my dear parents, I would leave this desk. I am nobody to tell you this. We are all experts in parenting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us those skills of, it's a born quality for a man and a woman, which automatically comes when we become a father or a mother. So with these born qualities, we never learn from anybody how to do parenting. So I'm not going to teach you how to parent your child, but I will only caution you, in the advanced world, how are you going to protect your child and still make sure that your child is the best in the world? Be it a girl or a boy, they need to shine, and then only the world would shine. That's all I have for you. I wish all the parents here the best for your children. I wish all the children who are at the backstage the best for the future. And teachers, you have a big job, which is a tough job. I wish you the best. Thank you.